that you could join me really quickly to walk through my nighttime routine. So I believe that routines are very important, both to create a sense of mental well-being, at least for me, and to create a little more efficiency in my life. By doing the same routine every night, I don't have to put a lot of thought into what I'm going to do every night, and that saves me some mental energy and time. I have both a morning ritual and a nighttime ritual. So tonight I will walk you through everything I do each night. So first things first, the very first thing I do each night is remove my makeup. I use Aveeno makeup remover wipes. I had been using a particular liquid makeup remover for a while and found that switching to Aveeno products helped my skin greatly. So I'm using these for a while, and then I'll branch out and try some new products. I would like to do a liquid remover with reusable cotton pads. Once I can ensure that it doesn't create any problems with my skin. So I'm not going to apply any products or remove my makeup right now, as I'm just walking through my routine. If you do use makeup remover wipes or like to have some on hand, I can vouch that these are really good at removing makeup, including mascara, and they don't create any problems, at least for me, with my skin. So once my makeup has been removed, the next step is to pull my hair back. And for that, I have my hair tower. Let's see if we can bring that up. So, here's my tower of hair accessories. There are 3 tiers. In the top, we have clips. In the second part of the tier, we have hair bands. And in the third part, we have bobby pins. So, we remove the top layer. Here's a clip. Which is really handy if I just need to pull my hair back quickly to do something, or if I'm leaving for work in the morning. The next phase of the tower is elastics. So these are nice elastics. They're very comfortable to wear and they stretch nicely, which girls can attest is very important. You do have to wrap them multiple times, at least for me, because I have fine hair, but they're wonderful. The last section of our tower is bobby pins. And these are very nice bobby pins because they look nice in your hair. They're not the cheap looking brown ones, but they're subtle enough that if you aren't drawing attention to them, you won't. And for me, having brown hair, they do blend in decently with my hair. I'll show you what that looks like. Set that down. And we'll place this back. And then our top level. And then our lid. Okay. So, once my hair is up and away from my face and my makeup has been removed, the next part is probably my least favorite, and that is this part. So, every night I do oil pulling with coconut oil. And what that means is I take a spoonful of coconut oil and I swish it in my mouth for 15 to 20 minutes. And it's supposed to help with dental health. At least what I've read, you should not do this in place of flossing and brushing, but it is something you can do in advance of to help augment. My mother did this for a while and swore by it, so I've started the practice, figuring I'll go through an entire bottle and see if I like the results. One important thing to note is that you do not spit this in your sink. It will clog your drains. You have to dispose of it in a garbage can. So, spoon here. And you can see I don't take that much, but it's very light and fluffy, the oil. And then as soon as it reacts with the heat of your body, it melts. And at that point, you can swish it around in your mouth. So I'll take maybe about that much. Swish that around. I just try to do it for as long as possible. It will be difficult to put the lid back on, so I'm just going to set this to the side and I'll clean it up in just a little bit. So, once I'm done with that, I brush my teeth, which I'm not going to do much here, just plain toothbrush. But I brush my teeth, and the residual oil from my mouth is fine to go down the drain. And once I do that, it's time to floss. So I always have a package of these handy. These work very well for me compared to standard dental floss. I don't know why. So these are what I tend to use and keep on hand. So I will floss after brushing my teeth. On occasion, I also use a regular mouthwash since the coconut oil is new. I've not used it since I started oil pulling about 2 weeks ago, and I'm waiting to see if I like the difference. But I'm pretty sure I will always have mouthwash on hand. So, once that is done, the next part is moisturizing. So, over here, I have a bottle of Aveeno lotion. Again, I use Aveeno products because I found that they've been really good for my skin. Everyone's skin is different. But once I switched to Aveeno, I didn't have as many breakouts or spots, like dry spots and whatnot on my skin. So I will take some here, but I just take some lotion, like that. And I'm putting it on my hands now, but I usually put it on my face, just pat it into the skin, trying to avoid moving the skin heavily and being rough with the skin. So once I've placed the lotion on my face, I then go to my under eyes. And this is my under eye cream from Tarte Cosmetics. I don't know if you can see that. It's an under eye brightener, and the lotion is very fluffy and feels excellent on the skin. So that's what it looks like. And it is very light and fluffy in texture. I'm not using a lot right now because I don't want to waste it. But it's just very creamy and it adds extra moisture. Since your eyes don't produce any oil, they can dry out, and that can create wrinkles and sags. And this is a preventative process just as I get older. But so far this has been my favorite of the products I've tried. So once that is done, I finish getting ready for bed, and I don't do this in the restroom, in the bathroom, but I do go downstairs and I make sure to refill my water bottle. I try my best to use my reusable water bottle so that I'm not using a ton of plastic bottles. This is extra important for me first thing in the morning because I get up every day at 4 and I get dressed and go to the gym, and I go kickboxing. So it's always important to have your water bottle when you're kickboxing because it's very draining. And then I keep my hairband here attached just in case I walk out without a hairband, because I'm usually not very awake when I leave for the gym. So I make sure to fill my water bottle each night and place out my gym clothes so that I can get dressed very quickly in the morning and get out of the house without a lot of thought. And that's where I said I have a morning routine. This leads into my morning routine. And then the last part, every night I hop in bed and I take a little bit of time to write. I am a writer, and I write poetry and music primarily, though some short stories as well. And I just take a few minutes to write something down to make sure that I'm continuing to use writing as my tool to process my day. So I will take a few minutes to do that. This is my current journal, which was a gift to me by a friend. And then I make sure that I just process a little bit. And it was given to me by a wonderful friend who left me a very sweet note talking about the gift of writing and encouraging me to make sure that I do this every day. You should always have friends that encourage you to practice your talent and to live up to your fullest potential. One last thing I forgot. I make sure to put my lip balm on every single night before I go to bed because my lips get very dry. So that's about it for my nighttime routine. Thank you so much for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you for our next video together. Have a good night.